Historical clubs you might not know about. Part 1. This is Deportivo La Coruña. They currently play in the Segunda División, the second tier of Spanish football, where they finished 15th last season after topping Spain's third division in the 2023-2024 season. While they do have some decent players in their squad like Lucas Perez, Jose Angel Jurado, or young talents like Jeremiah at the moment, Deportivo is actually one of Spain's most legendary clubs of all time. For the majority of the club's history, they have been bouncing between the first league and the second league. They secured promotion to La Liga in 1991, but this time something was different. They signed loads of good players such as Adolfo Aldana from Real Madrid, Luis Lopez and Ricardo Serna from Barcelona, and Donato from Atletico Madrid in an attempt to stay up in La Liga for another season. Their plan worked, barely staying in La Liga after beating Real Betis in a relegation playoff. However, the club wasn't satisfied with this result, so coming into the 1992-93 season, they brought in even more promising players like Mauro Silva and Bebeto, who ended up being the top scorer of La Liga and was given the Pichichi trophy. They finished third in La Liga that season, and the nickname Super Depor was given to them. The following season, 1993-94, they improved even more, leading La Liga for half of the season and only choking the league title to Barcelona on the final match day. They ended the 1994-95 season as the runner-up again, this time to Real Madrid, but they won the Copa del Rey beating Valencia, and they won the Supercopa, which were their first major trophies ever. After that season, Deportivo had to make changes since their coach retired. They finished mid-table twice, but third in 1996-97. 1998-99 was a key turning point for Deportivo. They changed their coach and reformed their squad again with promising talents, and they finished 6th. 1999-2000, however, was when Super Depor peaked and achieved their biggest goal, La Liga. They finished with 69 points, 5 ahead of Barcelona and Valencia. Here are the 2 goals of this legendary title-deciding match. The first goal was a header from Donato in the 4th minute of the match, and the second was scored by Mackay after a pass into the box by their captain, Fran Gonzalez. For another 4 seasons after that, Depor were a serious contender for La Liga, and even though they didn't win it, they were finishing either 2nd or 3rd. On top of that, they won the Supercopa twice and the Copa del Rey. But probably Deportivo's most memorable moment was in the 2003-2004 season in the Champions League. They lost 4-1 to AC Milan in the quarterfinals of the Champions League in the first leg. To most people, it seemed over. There seemed to be no chance for Super Depor to continue what was already their best Champions League season. But the team had different plans. On April 7th, the second leg began, and from the first whistle, the players charged forward with only one goal in mind. Each pass, each run, each tackle were all fueled by a single purpose: to achieve the impossible. And that's exactly what happened. Football has never witnessed something like this before. This was the original remontada. After this, in the semi-finals, they unfortunately lost to Porto, who also eventually became champions of Europe. The main reason Deportivo La Coruña got forgotten and is now unknown to the newer generation of football fans is due to the club's sudden fall-off. They started to fade, at first by only a couple of spots in the La Liga table, but it got worse and worse until they eventually started bouncing between La Liga and the second division again. The main reason behind their decline was an aging squad, financial difficulties, and not being able to replace Irureta, the coach that had led them through all of their success. Hopefully we will see Coruña in La Liga in the near future, as they are going through a rebuild process at the moment.